Joining us now with more is Professor Lawrence Brennan, who teaches international maritime law at Fordham Law School. He has also written extensively on maritime casualties. Professor, thanks for joining us here. You know, we've heard about this catastrophic implosion from officials. Given your experience, what does that tell you about what exactly happened to the Titan?
It was utterly destroyed almost instantaneously by external forces, which overwhelmed the air and the atmosphere in the vessel where the men were located at the time of the casualty. And as we heard recently in the report, the remains of those people are probably unrecoverable, sadly, for their survivors.
When you say external forces probably destroyed the submersible, what do you mean by that?
The sea. The force of the sea as the vessel descended towards the bottom. It's akin to someone crushing a beer can in the most simplistic analogy. The external force overwhelms the internal forces that hold back, and everything was shattered at once. And that's consistent with the debris field that was located, I think, 1,600 yards from the bow of Titanic.
Can you take us through next steps on this investigation?
I assume we're going to have U.S. government investigations by various agencies, such as the National Transportation Safety Board. We may have foreign governments that are also interested, particularly since there's at least one French national and I think one English national who would expect some shipbuilding entities which would be interested in this. This is one of the first dramatic casualties of this nature, but these type of vessels are used frequently in oil exploration fields, not necessarily this type, which is used for visual exploration. Wrecks such as Titanic.
Yeah, a little trouble with the audio here. Hope you can hear me. Based on what you've seen so far, is there any hope in your best estimation that the remains of the people who are on board can actually be recovered?
I am pessimistic. I spent a lot of time in the Navy on an aircraft carrier, and the aircraft carrier that was involved in the Iranian hostage rescue, a number of major casualties. Airplane flies at speeds above the speed of sound. It is impossible to recover major pieces of remains and major pieces of the aircraft, and I'm afraid this is similar to those circumstances.
Okay. Professor Lawrence Brennan from International Maritime Law at Fordham Law School, thank you so much for the insight. Apologies there if folks couldn't understand all of that due to the audio, but we appreciate the insight. And do stay with CBS 2, yes, for continuing coverage on the missing sub. You can see the Coast Guard briefing on our website. It's cbsnewyork.com.